Hello. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope all is going well. It's been a busy week. I hope you guys are doing well, and we're on the eve of the first federal holiday for Juneteenth. Yay! That's here in the United States, celebrating the day that in Galveston, Texas, it is, when slaves heard that they were freed, which, is a beautiful thing to commemorate. And, we currently have people still in slavery, so let's hope that they get free too. So that's my, political, I won't talk about it anymore. Yeah. So all's going good. It's been summertime here in Texas. Hot and hotter. And oh goodness, the weekend's coming. Yeah, there's a tropical disturbance in the Gulf. Poor Louisiana, it looks like they're gonna get it. But it's helped with the humidity here. It's not quite as humid, which is nice. So what's been going on? I've been really busy. That's one of the reasons I hadn't made videos, other than fatigue. But 1,001 things to do. Little kid is in gymnastics, and she's doing good with that. Over the pandemic, I think, everyone gained a little bit of weight, but getting those core muscles and getting the vestibular balance back, she's working on it and doing really good. So I did the testing for the donating the blood. It's like, what are you going to do about having ALS? Well, since I'm a rare form of ALS, I decided that why not use myself as the bunny rabbit? So I may be going to Pennsylvania for a study related to this gene mutation I have. And I'm in one study, and I'm in another study for neurofilaments, to catch it, see if my neurofilaments start changing. CDC has my blood, so does the ALS TDI. I'm in several biometric studies as well with the voice. So I have to do my IMALS one for Google, and the one for the Precision Medical Team for the ALS TDI. But I have to say, if you can, please donate for Steve Gleason's group. There's a movie on Prime that talks about his story, which is absolutely beautiful. And he actually has a YouTube channel here too, so definitely check out his videos. He has much better videos, but he's an amazing person. So I recorded my voice because I've worked with breath. I'm always talking about pranayama, the yogic breath. But after I talk, my voice gets softer and softer and softer. And I already have kind of a soft voice to begin with. So I used Apple products. Not that I'm snotty, it's just they're kind of like idiot proof. After my oldest did LimeWire and killed several computers, it's like, no. So, that's a memory, isn't it? I used acapella, and apparently acapella, it's ACEPLA, different spelling, is best for feminine voices. Good to know, right? There's two major ones here in the United States, and I chose acapella, and the Gleason Foundation helped me with that. So I have recorded my synthesized voice. I'm going to insert a little clip of that here.
Youth shouted abuse.
Youth shouted abuse.
They were pushing him off.
They were pushing him off.
Stir in ham and sage leaves.
Stir in ham and sage leaves. Well, I got through that, so we'll see what my synthetic voice shall sound like. Let you guys hear a sample of it when I get it. And have that, so I'll get an email saying that yes, you have your voice, so I can download it to the device. And if I get to the point where I can't speak and I have one of the eye gaze wear. Now I'm in Texas, and there's a thing that people pay on their phone bill, like landlines and cell lines. There's a tax that goes to it that actually pays for, helps pay for equipment like that for people that are disabled, which I think is really awesome. But I received from the, sorry, I'm bending over. I received from the Gleason Foundation. Address is on that side. Which is really, really sweet. And it is Team Gleason. This belongs to them, but it's called a Zoom. So I'm going to borrow it, and it is, I think they're like 120 on Amazon. It's just the power chair, though thankfully the Team Gleason helped me with a seat riser, but still the total cost after Medicare is $6,000. So that's kind of like all these little extra costs, they can add up. So this is a Zoom, and there's a, I'm sure that doesn't sound good close to you, huh? There's a mic cover and connection that you can connect it to a computer to download those. There's also, you can record it on the, of course, here it falls. Sorry for all the noise, guys. You can record it on the micro USBs. So this is really, really cool. You just, if you have a, say you have a laugh. I mean, I definitely have a unique laugh, but you have, or little statements like, you know, you want to tell someone you love them, or you want to crack, you know, a little joke that you say, whatever little idiosyncrasies you have, you can press and record, and you can record your voice. With that, you can download that to an eye gaze wear too, which, I mean, you know, to be able to record your laugh, and if you can't use your mouth or you lose your voice, how much is that? I mean, that's just amazing. So I have family coming in next week, so I'll have, you know, hang out with my best friend, my husband, my kids, you know, just to make sure that I can catch all of those, which is really, really cool. And it is a borrowed thing, so I'm going to probably, I think I still have cavi wipes. Sorry, it's a medical thing. Clean it up and mail it back to them so that can help somebody else out. But Team Gleason is absolutely wonderful. If you can, please support them. They help people in North America with chair elevation, elevators for power chairs. They also help with voice saving. They also help with home automation. So really, really wonderful people, wonderful organization, and you know, I can't say more than to do that. So that's really exciting. Now, of course, the ALS Association is wonderful too, and supporting them with equipment helps too. You know, medical things, you know, the ALS TDI is working in the way they do is really cool. Like, I have C9orf72, and I don't have a little mouse with my name on it somewhere because they have my genetics. I have zebrafish. I'm sure I do. I mean, with the neurofilaments study, you know, I don't know if that's still true, and I hope more people show up. But you know, being patient number one, you know, it's just, I mean, you have one body. You know, it's, you know, you live once. Why not help as much as you can? You know, that's that. So I'm really excited about recording my voice, and I'm hoping this is working fine. I have my microphone, which I do for class because I'm having issues with my voice. So hopefully this is working well for you guys. So what else is going on? just really meditating a lot. Doing the little student teacher things and for meditation. I find that it has brought a lot of peace in my life, and I really enjoy talking to people and meditating with them. My favorite prayer is the St. Francis prayer. So I'm going to be working on doing a meditation with the St. Francis prayer. Well, it kind of gives you the ideas of, what it's really about, to comfort, not seek comfort, to understand, not to be to not be understood, but to understand, to forgive, not to be forgiven. It's like, to live, and in dying, we are born to eternal life, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So there's that. I've listened to a lot of music. I've been kind of fun. It's watching, my little niche of favorite music. Well, I love Dave Matthews, but I'm really, back in the day, I love punk and ska. So I've been, I guess I didn't realize it because I've never wanted to watch movies. I'm kind of the one that's always behind on movies, but I've watched a couple documentaries, which were really great. The last one I just watched was one that was done, I think, 2 years ago by the Descendants, and that was really cool. So, I mean, it's just been a lot of stuff. So I'm having visitors this week coming up. My cousin's coming, and my baby sister's coming, and all my nieces and nephews. I get to spoil my nephew that graduated. Yeah, I don't know if I should get him balloons too, like I did my niece. Equal, right? No, it's oh, I was have another nephew that's having, I swear, when you have, so I have 20 children, some now are adults, but that I consider my nieces and nephews. Let's see, 16, almost 17, because one of my sisters is pregnant again. So it'll be 21 birthdays. So I have one niece that she just had a birthday last weekend. Went to a jump place. It's amazing. You have all these things and you really want to go and you really want to attend, and you really have to work on fatigue management, because I didn't think I'd walk that much, but I ended up flat on my back for 3 days. It's something my husband noticed. He says you're walking and you walk everywhere, and then you're laying down for it's like, need to manage it. So got the power chair stuff done. Got a payment plan, thank God. It's like expensive. This is an expensive disease. So, they're going to deliver it, and I was like, thank God, because I've really had a problem earlier this week. It's just really weird. It's kind of like I've had a pressure, not pain, but just like a pressure and kind of like a weird electric feel in my lower back, into my hips and my legs, and just not quite the greatest walking. It's kind of like when you have to think, how many steps is that going to take? Curbs are an issue. So, I thought about it, and I don't know if this has something to do with it. I rested, I increased the calories. I guess ALS MND is a hypermetabolism thing. You will lose weight. Even though I don't know if any other persons that have a genetic form of this plumped up a little bit before they got diagnosed. I guess it's a blessing, because if you're fluffy, you live longer. But, if you don't eat enough, it does affect it. Now, with all the little weaknesses happening, I have like one of those little blenders, you blend it. It's like a NutriBullet, but a different brand. And now the way the blender does it, I can't quite get it open. So I think I'm going to have to use the big blender. That lid shouldn't be that hard at this moment to get off. Anyways, I added extra calories, and I thought about it. I was wearing my Birks. I bought them last year. easier slip-on shoes, right? But I don't know if they're supportive enough, thinking about it. So I went on to Amazon and I found some orthopedic sandals that they have a lower heel that's like a cup for the heel, and you can't really tell, and then it has a arch support, and I can tell you a difference. I felt steadier on my feet. I also got, I'm planning to go out next month. Had to push it a little bit because of the power chair cost. But I'm planning to go see my sister at her house in Utah and going down to Arizona, catch a friend, and get to meet them in person. It's like you see so many people, you meet so many people when you're in classes and things like that on Zoom. And it's important to follow up and actually go meet people. It's the face-to-face. I'm vaccinated. I will wear an N95 mask and keep taking my vitamin D, because even if you're vaccinated, it just means you may not get in the hospital. But, see them, and I'm really planning, we're planning to go to Sedona and see that. I know there's a lot of interesting people in Sedona, but I just want to see the red rocks and meditate there, investigate, is it real? Adventure. So in August, I'll be going up and going into the study that I've been into for several years, which is, it was the Artful, now it's a different one. They combine studies. So going there to get more MRIs for, science, and I guess more assessments, and hopefully a cheesesteak. And actually, Philadelphia has really good soup dumplings. Delicious dim sum. So that, and my husband's like, well, what else can we do? It's like, I want a picture next to the love sign. I don't know. I don't think I'll take my little one. I mean, with all that stuff going into the university hospital and all that, it's not really kid friendly. And until she gets a vaccine, I really don't want to throw her everywhere. So that's what's going on here. Just a bunch of hurry up. So now I should have a maid come on Monday. It's like, realistically, I have to be very careful about managing my fatigue. So little bits of things that I can do to help manage that, that's what I'm having to take advantage of. And I'm so blessed that I am a slow progressor. So I'm not complaining that way. I mean, there's, even with talking with the lady that, the company that is doing my power chair, it took Medicare a long time to actually approve it. And so long that I had to get it reassessed for it. And another person that was diagnosed around the same time I was didn't live until the Medicare approved it. So we'll see what it looks like. I'll try to see if I can record them delivering it and talking about it. Hey, something, if you have ALS or someone you love does, it might be interesting. So that's what's going on. I mean, I just still love, still having the streams of music that people do it online, listening to that. Concerts should come back. With that thought, it's like, okay, how, I have to be really careful about parking and how much it takes to walk, or whether I get someone to take me there, and, transportation with the power chair changes. You need a van that has the ramps and the way that you can secure it in it, or in my area, the public transportation actually does have a special bus that if you arrange it comes in. But I think Yellow Cab has them too. So that's always a thought. Just different thoughts, different ideas. It's just, that's what's going on. I mean, I've been really kind of, doing my little meditation course. It's like really intense. I'm really glad that I studied a lot in college and post college, different, things I've actually studied and stuff, because this is, deep. Really, it's been such a wonderful experience. And I think, especially when you are disabled, I'm lucky. I'm still a functional disabled person, but in the midst of a pandemic and doing that, when you have to retire, you can't work, and the lack of seeing people. So in one way, this class, right now it's virtual. Hopefully, I think sometime in the fall or in 2022, they'll have on-site classes. The other part of the school's in India, and if you've watched the news, they're having quite the Delta part of Miss Corona, and a lot of problems there. So it'll be a while till it's actually, you can go to the ashrams for it. So at least I don't have to worry, but I get to meet people. I get to meet people, and develop friendships. That's really cool. It really is. So seeing those people, and it's like, oh, So pretty soon I'll be leading a public meditation. It'll be interesting, I already do little ones, and eventually, I don't know if I want to put my meditations on this channel. I might do a little one in a video, but I don't know. I mean, how much do you really want to know about your meditation teacher? I don't know. It's just really fun. Father's Day is on Sunday, and my father-in-law has had some health issues lately. But, my husband's father's a German-American, so his mother, I can't tell you how many times he's described his mother making strudel. And it's something I've always wanted to make, the kind where you can read the newspaper through it. But considering the amount that would, of hand work that is, and the fact that we're still waiting for the stuff to come in that's on back order for our kitchen, I just don't think I want to attempt it, especially with people coming in next week. It just doesn't sound like it'd be good for energy management, right? So I found a German restaurant after asking people around, and we're gonna take it. Yay! So, he's had some heart issues lately and was put on no salt. So for Father's Day, he's getting a lot of spices that are sugar and salt free. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but there are different spices. I think there's a Chef Perom, Dash does it. There's a lot of different ones that are kind of tasty. If you can't have salt, there are ways to spice food. So hopefully that's nice. For my husband, he is subscribed, so I'm not going to say what I got him, but I think it's very sweet. So just celebrating people. That's, I think, one thing I always kind of had, but especially now with having ALS. And oh, by the way, I do have upper motor neuron dominant ALS. I do have signs of lower motor neurons that are affected too. So it's not PLS. And actually with C9, I think there's less than 100 in the world that have PLS. It's just slow progressing ALS. You never know how long you have, you really don't. So if I go tomorrow, I'm okay. It's just what it was. Though I would like to stay around a lot longer, My little girl is doing good. And I found out that art that I showed you was actually put on the ALS Association of Texas. So she is 8 years old and made it across the state with her artwork. It's actually not the best artwork she has. She's actually really talented. That and math. I mean, I don't know if it's because she's dyslexic, but she's doing this little math game. It's called Prodigy. And it has levels, and it's actually a game, and you battle with answering math questions. She came at me with a geometry question the other day, and I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know. Go ask your father. If not, honey, I will find you a tutor. Yeah, I have a different form. I have ADHD too, if you haven't noticed. I think the meditations actually helped with it. Isn't it interesting? I mean, it's the whole experiment with meditation. Will it keep my neurological system healthier? You know, it's, you know, the whole thing with the trauma stuff, because of, you know, my childhood. I went through, there's a movie called The Wisdom of Trauma. If you look up thewisdomoftrauma.com, the Institute of Science and Non-Duality supported it, and these filmmakers are just an absolutely beautiful little couple, made this movie. It's very profound. And then they had a webinar that week. So I was doing my classes and going really deep into that stuff, and then had the webinar on top of it. And there were some speakers that I really like Dan Siegel. He's a psychiatrist that's a neurobiologist too. So he studies the way people, you know, things about the nervous system, and I think it's really cool. And Steve Porges with the polyvagal theory. And actually they're running some tests on EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and Parkinson's disease, with recalibrating the vagus nerves and vagus nerve system. And they had some good results, like some Parkinson's person actually was able to move more fluidly. You know, it's like, I think they have those. I don't know about the Parkinson's people. I mean, they have medical marijuana and they can move better too, right? Interesting. You know, it's like all these little facets of disease we don't know quite about. So on top of being a test subject, you know, I put my money where my mouth is, right? Or my blood, body, spinal fluid and all that stuff. Hey, someone's got to give the fodder for them to test and eventually help people, you know. Money towards sites and money towards research of this disease is important. In your country, there are different supports, but here, you know, I would say the ALS TDI, Team Gleason, and the ALS Association. The MND Association also helps as well. So, I mean, I am ALS, ALS everything. There will be Paint for a Cure. There will be some place that actually will call to you. Though, please, I'm so thankful for the Team Gleason. Please give them a little love if you have that in your heart, you know. So that's what's going on. You know, it's like interesting. I'm, you know, just having fun, you know, waiting to see people and record my sayings. You know, I thought about it, you know, getting Prime is going to have, you know, the Prime days with Amazon. Yes, I know they're evil. I don't care. They deliver things to my door. That helps me. Yeah, the grocery things. It's like, so now with groceries, I mean, my husband's busy and this and that, and I'm not able to cook as much. So, you know, probably end up ordering more ready-made meals, you know, maybe talk somebody into doing some meal planning with me. Just throw it in the oven. But, oh, little kids can eat a lot. But, but the USBs, so with the micro USBs with the Zoom, you know, the little device, not the Zoom, the program to talk to people, but you know, I was thinking about, you know, I can actually record myself saying things for my daughters, you know, like the little one, if I'm not here when she graduates, you know, saying that, you know, getting married, first child, graduating college, you know, for my oldest, you know, those different things, you know, I think I'm going to do it. But maybe Prime Day will have a great price or sale on micro USBs. here's hoping, right? So just getting a thing. The blood bank wants my blood too. I don't know. I mean, it's like the last time I went, they couldn't find a vein, and I'm donating so much, and on top of it, with the Ridazole, just had labs done this month, actually this week, and my liver's doing great. Yay! The medicine's not affecting it, so I can continue to take it. Hey, if it gives me a couple extra months, hey. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I have my mom's family's from South Texas, so I have something called fatty liver, and my fatty liver always had my liver enzymes a little bit higher. I've been tested for hepatitis, being a nurse, multiple times, and I know I don't have hepatitis. I was a non-responder for the Hepatitis B Vaccine. I had that like twice, plus a booster. And apparently they say that if you actually do have it, the vaccine, and you are exposed, your body will respond then, but they never actually found things. So it's a vaccine that didn't work, that I can see. I don't have titers, but I've been tested. I don't have hepatitis, but always had like just a little AST and ATL. Those are liver enzymes. My albumin's been fine, all that. Bilirubin's fine, no problems with that. But the AST and ALT were always just a little bit higher, and the Ridazole made them drop to normal. So who knows? I know it affects the glutamate that is created with destruction of motor neurons. That's why it helps reduce those levels. And I'm wondering, I wonder if your liver enzymes go a little bit up with it. Just a question, don't know. A doctor would need to answer that. I have no idea. So also, that when I'm talking about medical stuff, I'm talking about things as a patient. If you have any questions or you have any concerns, please see your doctor, and your doctor will have the answers. And if you're worried about something, you can always get a second opinion. But first check with a doctor, because there's so many quacks out there, especially with ALS. There's so many places that say, yes, I will cure you. I will, 100 things cure. Take this, take that, do this, do that. There's a lot of people that will take advantage of you. So if you do have ALS, I do recommend, or MND, I do recommend, if you're going to clinic or if you're going to a doctor, verify with them any regimens or things that they may say. You want to make sure that you're taking something that's not going to hurt you. You also want to make sure you are not someone that gets taken advantage, because there are people that will take advantage of people that are dying. There's MLMs that are trying to tell people they can cure cancer. In Utah, they just started a hospital with essential oils. I believe in complementary medicine. I'm meditating. I also believe in allopathic medicine. And, there's something inside of each of us that can give us energy, who we really are, but, be careful. There are people out there that can take advantage. That's that, But, I'm just having fun. Trying to stay cool in the Texas heat. We're having a heat wave. I think a lot of the southern United States is having a heat wave. And of course, they didn't fix our ERCOT, so we had the winter polar vortex, and now we're having a normal summer, and they're like, conserve electricity. Yeah, there are people here that have electric things that, transformers that have equipment in from the 1930s. It's not regulated the same in Texas. It's private. So we'll see if we survive the summer. Extremes in temperatures affect me. I know that I have more symptoms, like more things with fatigue and exhaustion when it's really hot. So, or really cold. Cold can be very painful for me. So it's kind of keeping it a moderate area, you know. Thankfully, this tropical storm looks like we'll be on the clean side of it. But I've said this summer, if a hurricane, excuse me, hiccup, if a hurricane comes, I'm going to evacuate. I mean, I'm not going to live 2 weeks without electricity. That's just not my idea of fun. And it worries me for people that are, have non-invasive ventilator or ventilator dependent. I mean, your life can be greatly affected or, can be hurt by the lack of electricity. So, I mean, it's like, oh, what? So should I get solar power and have a battery? It's like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You have to think about it and make a good disaster plan when you have ALS or MND. Just make an idea of that. I mean, in various around the world, I'm sure if you're in a developed country, there should be a government or state or local plan. Like here in Texas, we have a tiers. It's a registration, so you can register. And if there's something coming, that someone may reach out to you. You can never trust the government, though. So even if you're not in the area, then if you have family and friends, talk about it. Make sure that you have lists of your medication, lists of your doctors, numbers, family members. If you need to have medication, make sure you have bags, where you can put your medication in. There's, even with, if it's a terrible disaster, it's like we have medical alert bracelets people can get. You can probably get one and maybe engrave somebody's name in it, telephone number. Make sure you have that in case that happens. But important papers and bags, medication list, contacts. If you have to evacuate, you want to make sure you have those. You also have anything equipment that you need to take with, the plugs that you need to take with. Make sure you have those ready just in case something happens. You have bags that you can put them in. You have, where everything is. You have that kind of thinking about that, and that you have cases where you can put in, nebulizers, the things for cough assist, the other things. Make sure that you can get that and you can get transported out. If it's a hurricane and you are disabled, even if you have to make a trip to, to a different area and it blows over, being stuck in a situation, and if you are oxygen dependent or equipment dependent and the lights go out and your batteries fail, and there is disaster, streets are flooded or there are things, I live in Houston. I can tell you that there's no guarantee someone will come. So the best thing may be actually relocating. If you are in the States or Canada, I'm sure Australia has their own, and Europe and everywhere there. It's like South America has probably a different form. Asia. All of us that have, ALS are around the world. You may contact your local center, local support group. They may have, people that can help with that, with actually movement, but you can't really guarantee. So truly talk to your family, talk to your friends, make a plan. I hope you never have to use it, but make the plan, have things ready. If you have to go, go. Make it a trip. I'll go to Dallas, Texas if it happens. I could say I go see family in Seattle, but my luck, there'd be an earthquake there. No, I'm just teasing. I am just joking. No, so that's my PSA on that. I don't know. I mean, I hope everyone's doing really well, and I hope that you have a good weekend. You know, there's a lot of heat, but a lot of beautiful things. I mean, summertime was always one of my favorite, you know, going to the beach, you know, just being relaxed, having time to take that time to be with people, to have fun with friends. So I'm going to do it. Seeing family, you know. It's just, I don't think there's any live music that's coming until September, so I'll still have to do that online. Oh, that's what's going on. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you take a moment a day to just stop and realize, you know, something that's beautiful, you know, something you're grateful for, you know. Life is a lot better than, you know, what it says on the news, or, you know, our current problems and this and that. You know, taking that moment and concentrating on your breath. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You know, just be cognizant of that. And find something beautiful to see, because it's there. Concentrate on the good things. You know, hopefully you'll bring more good things into things. I mean, yeah, we got to deal with everything, but there's a lot more beauty and there's a lot more fun. And even if you can't do too much, life is still there. So find something beautiful, and I'll check back in. Happy Father's Day if you're a father. You know, happy Pride Month if you're of the persuasion or gender or identity or whichever. I just hope you have a wonderful day, and happy Juneteenth if that affects you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, you guys take care. Bye.